Coming up in today's episode, Zigbee door sensors and Zigbee motion sensors that work directly with your Amazon routines, a Tuya SmartLife Zigbee hub that works without an internet connection, and a whole bunch of very cheap Zigbee sensors that will work directly with your SmartThings hub. Stay tuned. I said recently that the Smart Home Hub is dead, and that Amazon had murdered it the day that they put Zigbee in their latest Echo 4th generation speaker. Ah, the Zigbee! But my point was this: as soon as Amazon's routines become as powerful as SmartThings routines, the game is over. There will be no point buying a separate SmartThings hub. My prediction was that this would happen within the space of a year or two, but Ajax clearly couldn't wait that long and have snuck up behind Samsung and stuck a rusty knife in their ribs. Hello there, don't mind me. And if you're a Samsung user going, well this guy, don't go anywhere, because the sensor kits and the button that I'm about to show you not only work with Ajax's ecosystem, they also work with Samsung Smartthings ecosystem too. And they're amazing. So Ajax sent me their Tuya SmartLife-based Zignito alarm system, which definitely doesn't sound like a children's magic act. I am the great Zignito! And they sponsored this video, which I am terribly grateful for, but they haven't half made it difficult for me to decide which incredible piece of information to throw at you first. I have 4 unbelievable things to tell you today, and I don't know where to start. I guess I'll start with the fact that Ajax have taken the one advantage that SmartThings had over the market and have started doing it too, for a lot less money. Allow me to demonstrate. There's no internet. In case that demonstration wasn't clear, the Tuya SmartLife ecosystem now works locally. This means if your internet goes down for 3 whole days, all of your automations will carry on working. If Tuya SmartLife go bankrupt and the cloud disappears, all of your automations will carry on working, as long as you have this mystical white square. It doesn't actually glow. My internet connection had been down for an entire hour by the time I conducted that test. And this is something we've been waiting for a very, very long time. The cheapest platform on the market now works without the internet.
We are gathered here today to mark the passing of our dearly departed Samsung Smartthings, who was brutally murdered with a rusty knife this week by a company called Ajax.
The second mind-blowing thing is that these very cheap sensors are proper Zigbee 3.0. They don't just work with the Tuya platform, they work with any hub that will do Zigbee 3.0, which means that if you are tied to the SmartThings platform, you will be able to make use of these things. I should point out that they don't actually work with Philips, because Philips. Corporate greed. Corporate greed. Corporate greed. Corporate greed. Corporate greed! Corporate greed! But they do work with any Zigbee 3.0 hub that has had a driver written for them. SmartThings is the most obvious example. The sensors are as follows. This motion sensor to detect wankers in the dining room.
There's a wanker in the dining room.
This sensor which can trigger smart home actions or even make your Amazon Echo talk like my dad.
The bloody door is open.
This vibration sensor, which can warn you if someone is breaking a window or banging on a door. This flood sensor for putting under your sink, and a button for triggering scenes. They also do an RGB bulb which comes in both E27 format and bayonet fitting. This could have been an entire video all by itself because bayonet fittings in the smart home industry are as rare as unicorn shit. Oh no. Just imagine a unicorn trying to poo out a bayonet bulb.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Unicorns shouldn't... There shouldn't be a bulb in a unicorn's... I mean, pooping out a bulb is annoying. Enough of that. If you do decide to go the Tuya Smart Life ecosystem route and buy one of these Zignito hubs, then there is also a key fob and a siren, which is deafeningly loud.
Oh no. How clever is that? That is so desperately clever and horrible.
The key fob and the siren turn this whole environment into a proper burglar alarm system, and we'll talk about just how awesome that is shortly. These sensors work directly with the Amazon Echo 4th generation and any other Amazon Echo that has a Zigbee hub built into it. This is a door sensor and this is a motion sensor, and they're both only £25 and make things like this happen. All that was achieved just with the motion sensor and an Amazon Echo. There was nothing else involved in that, which means if you already own an Echo, it's only £25 to be able to trigger routines using motion. This is the combination I used to get her to talk like my dad.
The bloody door is open.
Dads. He was right. I needed a clip round the ear. And this is another huge nail in Samsung's coffin. I can now trigger lights and music and speech or have my TV come on simply by walking into a room and for a ridiculously low price tag. Is that how you buy things? Amazon have been talking for some time now about localizing some of their routines, and once they start supporting things like the little vibration sensor and the button, it's going to be seriously game over, man, for Smartthings. And Philips Hue for that matter. Nobody's going to be buying any of the remote switches for Philips Hue when you can just do this for only £25. The setup process for this is as easy as it gets too. All you've got to do is hold the reset pin in for 5 seconds, tell her to scan for new devices, and then she finds them. You can then add these things to a routine. We have a term for that here in the UK, it's called a piece of piss. Which makes absolutely no sense. You can't portion up piss, it's not a cake. The fourth and final mind-blowing thing about the Zignito range is just how good it is as a standalone alarm system. If I bought just the motion sensor, the hub, and the fob, then I would already have a better alarm system than the one currently installed in my house, because it would send me notifications when the motion sensor was triggered. I love thinking of an alarm system getting triggered. Get out of my house! Because the Tuya Smart Life platform is so versatile, that motion sensor can be used to trigger a routine as you walk into a room to switch the lights on, but only if it's dark. That same motion sensor can simultaneously be used as a burglar alarm system when the key fob has told the system to arm, so that if a burglar walks in, it will trigger a siren so loud that it will blow his balls off. If you're waiting for a cutaway gag, I have no idea how to visualize that. I don't have a rubber's mask and I'm not getting my balls out. Although Tuya's Zigbee platform now works without the internet, I can turn this Zigbee bulb on using this Zigbee switch, the same unfortunately is not true of their Wi-Fi collection. If I try to use my Zigbee button to control my Wi-Fi lamp will work if the internet is there, it will not work if the internet is not, which is a bit of a shame. The second problem is that you can only arm and disarm this system using either the key fob or the Tuya Smart Life app. You can't use She That Should Not Be Named, and sadly you can't use routines, which seems like a massive oversight on Tuya's part, at least at time of filming. I'm hoping that Tuya will realise this is a mistake and eventually allow their routines system to start the alarm system. With that being the case, you would be able to use geofencing, so that when you leave your house, Tuya's routine could set the alarm. Or you could use the button to set the alarm. Currently, that's not a thing because you can't set up a routine that says, if I press this button, then arm the alarm system. Aside from these two small issues, Ajax have released an incredible little sensor kit. If you're a Smartthings user, I would urge you to go out and buy some of these sensors because they're cheap as chips and they're solidly built little things. This is really well made. If you are just getting into all this stuff for the first time and you're thinking, I'd like to expand what I can do with my smart home, this is a great little Zigbee kit. The sensors are great, the hub is great, the siren is great, and these little buttons, I love them, and I can think of about 1 billion different uses for them. If you are an Amazon Echo user and you have a built-in Zigbee hub in your Amazon Echo speaker, again, the door sensor and the motion sensor are brilliant little additions for an incredibly low price. It's a shame that these buttons don't yet work with the Amazon Echo, but that's only a matter of time. Ajax were already one of my favourite suppliers for their Pro Series lighting range, and that range does work with the Zignito hub. They are absolutely phenomenal. Just ask Nisha.
This is the best thing you've ever bought into this house.
This is actually already one of the biggest Zigbee 3.0 ranges on the market, but Ajax are actually planning to increase that range to include things like smoke alarms, other types of light bulbs, and wall switches as well. There are links in the description to the Zignito range. I suggest you go and check it out. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. That will tell YouTube's algorithms it was a good video and more people should see it. If you want to see some more of this guy, hit that subscribe button and ding that bell. If you ding the bell, it lets YouTube know that you want to be notified when I upload videos. These incredible people here are my patrons, and without them, I wouldn't still be doing this. You can come and be one of those guys at either Patreon or buy me a one-off beer at PayPal, and either way, I will flipping well love you forever. These are my Facebooks and my Twitters and my Instagrams. Come and hang out there and we can be best friends. See you next time. And Amazon murdered it. Murder. That's what, I don't know what accent that is. Hello there. Don't mind me. Because I have that's I can't count. That's, unicorns shouldn't. I mean, there shouldn't be a bulb in a unicorn's butt. I mean, see you next time.